Hi. For this tutorial, I'm not going to show the entire battle in detail because it's much too complex. What I'll do is I'll describe the attack by the British in the lower front line, and we can presume that in the central front line and the upper front line, battle is raging there as well. Now, so for this attack in the lower front line, Buller has decided to use the Fusiliers under Barton, the Mounted Brigade under Donland, and the Naval Artillery Section under Lieutenant Ogilvie. This force is going to advance into the lower front line area. Its objective is to capture the emplacement at Hlangwane and get at least one unit across the Tugela from the Small Falls Drift. Because we'll only be playing this area in detail, what I've done is for the artillery at Colenso copies, which is very busy in the game because they can target almost anywhere on the front line. So I'm only giving the first group a 1 in 6 chance of getting artillery support from these 3 guns up here. So I'm going to use the plot marker 6 only. You'll see later what happens with that. As regards General Buller and CP points, he will be giving commands to off-board to the west units. So I'm going to say that when he collects command points, he's going to allocate 1 CP to the force I'll be commanding. So I've only put down the counters and markers which are related to this particular scenario. So here we've got hidden, got the Bow artillery with 3 guns. This is the drift marker, I don't know the number underneath. Here we've got first group, Wacker Strong, 5 platoons, Standerton 4 platoons, they're hidden as well on the hill. And regarding the British, I've put Buller and the British Army HQ. Lieutenant Ogilvie has a battery of 6 naval guns. Barton, the Fusiliers are 3.5 battalions, and Dunland and the Mounted have 6 regiments. And another thing which is important is I'll be repeatedly stating the sequence of play. It might get a bit tedious, but it's best to play it that way. Don't forget, when you're actually playing yourself on the main map, there's a sequence of play chart. It's just 1 column, and what you'll be doing is just reading all these segments I'll be mentioning. Orders phase, British event segments. I draw a chit. And I get 4th light activated. That will be happening off board, it doesn't affect my force. I'm returning it to the chit. Command point segment, since it's game turn 1, Buller will be getting 8 CPs, plus 1 of long, the free one, 9. So in the first turn, all 9 brigades get an order, so my force gets 3 CP. Send order segments, I use 1 CP for each brigade. The planned objective for the Fusiliers is going to be under Hlangwane here. It cannot be more than 5 areas distance. The Mounted I'm going to keep in reserve here, and the Naval Artillery Section I plan to bombard Hlangwane from there. Now I roll for each order on the British Send Orders table. So let's do Ogilvie first. He is 1 area away from Shooter's Hill. 5. Order arrives. So I place his objective marker. Turns to arrive his same turn on the game turn marker. in box 1. The Fusiliers, they're 2 away. Good. Order arrives. But since they're 2 away, this order arrives on game turn 2. I put it in the 2 box on the track. And the mounted, same thing. Again, good. Order arrives, game turn 2. British receive order segment. There is one, because the naval artillery section is in the same box as the game turn marker on the track, turn and status track. So we'll work that out. The naval. And I roll on the British receive orders table. Ogilvy is C, he's cautious, so let's see what happens. 6, he ignores the order. So the objective marker stays here, and you remove the planned objective, and we're back to square 1 with him. He's not going to move. British emergency withdrawal segments, none. Now the shell fire phase, where artillery and batteries fire shells. Everybody's out of range. So Boer shell fire segment, nothing. Boer recovery segment, nothing. They're not disrupted, they're suppressed or routed. British shell fire segment, nothing. We've just got the limbered naval artillery section. And we go on to the movement phase. There is none because Ogilvy doesn't have an objective marker. It hasn't an objective, and both the Fusiliers and the mounted are waiting for the order to arrive still. So nothing. British assault, definitely not. Now, Boer event segments. Boer events, you don't draw chit until game turn 5. And just to make a point here, game turn 5 is a very important turn. That's why it's highlighted on the turn and status track. Because besides Boer event starting, by that time you'll have to have somebody across, some British troops across the river, otherwise the Boers gaining confidence, and you have to sort of garrison the front line areas, otherwise the Boer groups are going to be released. So you've got sort of the first 5 turns to prepare for these events. Boer movement, nothing. None of them are released or routed, etc. Now the rifle fire phase, again, it's quiet at the moment. British rifle fire segment, no. British recovery, again, not disrupted, suppressed or routed. Boers return. The phase is the victory segment. In this case, we'd see if the game ends, either if I manage to capture the emplacement at Hlangwane and get that unit across the river, or if the confidence marker is in box 1 on the track, or the game turn or loss marker is on box 20. So we'll play it like that. And that's the end of game turn 1. Order phase, British event segments. Second English activated. They're off board, return it to the cup. Command points. I get the 1 CP from Buller from my force. Send orders. I use the CP to get the naval artillery section to move here. I roll on the British sent orders table. 1 away. Order arrives. I put the objective in box 2 of the turn and status track. same turn. British receive orders. We have all three of my force. Zone 2. So, rolling on the British receive orders table. Oblique is cautious. 6. Ignore order. Don't place the objective marker. Leave it there. Fusiliers. He's cautious with a 9 as ordered. So I put his objective marker here and I remove the planned objective marker. So he has an objective. And Dundonald, you see as well. 10 as ordered. Good. So they are actually going to go there. Remove planned objective markers. British emergency withdrawal segment. Now we start with shell fire. Again, out of range. So Boer shell fire segment, Boer recovery segment, British shell fire segment, British movement segment. Okay. So, Fusiliers have to march there by the shortest distance. And move one area, so I'm moving the brigade here. And the mounted brigade, I'm going to mount them up. It costs 1 movement point. They're mounted now and they stay here. British assault segment, no. Boer event segment, no. Boer movement segment, no. British rifle fire segment, no. British recovery segment, no. Boer rifle fire segment, no. Boer shaken segment, so return any, no. The confidence marker goes up 1 box. The segment is used to see what the present status of the Boer army, how confident they are, if they're shaken. A lot of it has to do with morale and their position at the time and casualties. Orders phase, British event segment. More activation. 5th Irish activated. They're on the other side of the battlefield. Return to GUP. British command point segments. We get 1. British send orders segment. Again, we use it for Ogilvy to move here. We roll on the British send orders table. 5. Order arrives. Place objective marker on the turn and status track. Game turn 3 now. Same turn. Receive orders. Same turn. It will be the naval section. And let's hope they march off. 10. As ordered. So we place the objective marker here and remove the planned objective marker. British emergency withdrawal segments, shell fire, movement phase, British movement segments. All 3 brigades are going to move. So 1, 2, Fusiliers. Yeah. Starting with the naval section. They move one. So, yeah. The assault segments. For event segments. Orders phase, British events. Adrift. That's good. But you have to be adjacent to the drift to discover it. I have no British troops anywhere near the drift, so that goes back in there. British command point segment, I get 1 point, 1 CP. All 3 of my brigades have an order, so we discard that. British send order segment, no. British receive order segment, no. British emergency withdrawal segment, no. Shellfire phase, none. Just out of range of the Boer artillery. Movement phase, British movement, yes we do have. Starting with the naval artillery section, keeping away from the Boer artillery. 1, 2, 3, goes that way. Ops drawn. Fusiliers. Let's go to the brush and the mounted 2 and reach their objective. And we remove the objective marker. Orders phase, British event segments. I draw a close order, place it on the Fusiliers. British command point segment, I get 1 point. I can send orders to the mounted brigade, but I don't want to because you'll see later the reason why. That's discarded. Send orders, no. Receive orders, no. Emergency withdrawal, no. Shell fire, there isn't any. Movement, British movement. So I'm going to move Buller forward so he stays in range for sending orders. So Buller moves here. And the headquarters goes to movement mode. Naval artillery moving here. Fusiliers in close order. Move north to here. And the mounted. Now the reason I left the mounted there earlier on was because in the lower front line, we have, since it's turn 5, I have to have 5 strength points. If not, the first group might be released. So I'm going to get 3 of my regiments. I have movement of 2, so they move in and dismount. That gives me 6 strength points there. And the second reason I left the mounted brigade here was because if the first group is not released, it might sortie, and I don't want them to eliminate this isolated battery over here. So we'll put a mounted regiment in there, and he's safe. Dundonald remains there. and he's got the command brigade radius around where his units can move. British assault, none. Boer events. I draw fourth group released. It's an off board, so I ignore it totally, just return it to the cup. Boer movement, no. Rifle fire phase. British rifle fire segments. We have these three regiments are in range of Boers, but if you work out the odds, there's no way that they're going to cause a strength point hit because of the hill, the Boers are hidden, and also they're in an entrenchment, so they don't fire. There's no British recovery. The Boers will fire, so we go to the fire procedure chart, and we target first. There's only one possible target, which is these three regiments here. So all 6 plot markers go in there, and it's an automatic choice of that area. Now they fire strongest unit first, so I'm going to fire with Wackerstrom supported by Standerton. Place an SP counter, I draw 0. Now, I have to work out Boer fire modifiers. It's a single attack for Wackerstrom, and it becomes a multiple attack because Standerton are also firing into the area. It's a multiple attack. So it's a multiple attack. Wackerstrom are 5 strength points, that's 6. And the British are in brush, -1, 5. So a single dice with a +5. 2, that's 7. No loss, good. They needed an 8. And we remove the attack marker. There's no British losses. British morale is not needed to be taken because there are no SP losses, and the same reason Boer status. Now we go to the status phase. Advanced confidence marker 1 box higher. To 6. There's no test because confidence is higher than the game turn. No shaken test. And victory segment, game goes on. Game turn marker goes up 1 box. That's the end of the turn. Remove the strength marker and the hidden marker. Orders phase, British event segment. First we return the close order chit. Give it a shake. Drift. No British units adjacent to a drift, so return it to the cup. Command points, 1 for my force. I'm not going to give any fresh orders, so discard it. Send orders, no. Receive orders, no. Emergency withdrawal, no. Shell fire phase. Bush, yes. They don't fire. They remain hidden. No more shell fire. My battery's still limbered. Movements. Buller moves into this area. And the British Army HQ moves 2 areas. 1, 2, and joins him. The Naval Artillery section has a movement of 2, so they move into their objective area. So you return the objective back there. And since they had 2 movement points, they can also unlimber. No, they only had 1, so they're still limbered because they're naval guns. The Fusiliers Now I don't want to go in with all 4 battalions because I might get suppressed by the Boer artillery. So Barton has to go in, so I'll go in with 2 battalions to the objective. That's done. Those 2 battalions stay there within 1 area of Barton, and they're mounted. I could pull these out, so I'll move them back on foot 1. You can mount later if necessary. This regiment can return here. And that leaves the naval section well protected. So I've got 3 mounted regiments and 3 dismounted regiments. British assault nothing. Boer events. I draw Boer British guns ammo shortage, and I place this chit on the game turn and status track on turn 7, 1 turn after, so I'll remember for next turn. Boer movements, none. Rifle fire. We have Barton. These 2 battalions are going to fire. These can cause SP losses. So, British targeting. They're targeting Hlangwane. Now actually fire. So British fire modifiers. Fusiliers are firing, supported by the Scots Fusiliers. So multiple attack and present strength. So 4 and 1, 5. The Boers are on the hill, that's 4, and in emplacement 2. Plus 2. I need a 6. Tough. 5. Missed. Boer losses none then. No Boer morale check because no strength point loss. British recovery segment. No. Yeah, no. Boer rifle fire segment. The Boers are going to fire. Boer fire procedure chart. Boer targeting. It would be a multiple attack in there. Fire, modifiers, multiple attack. Strength of 5, 6, minus 1 for the brush, 5. 11. 1 SP loss. The 2nd Royal Scots Fusiliers are down to 3. Remove the multiple attack marker. Check if Barton is killed. No. If he panics or stands firm. No. British morale. First at brigade level. No modifiers. And the actual testing unit. No modifiers. So straight roll. 7. Disrupted. Boer status. No. Go to the shaken segment. Return SP counters to cup. Orders phase. British event segment. I draw 5th Irish activated. Doesn't apply to us. Command points. I get one from Bulla, which I'm going to use for the mounted. The planned objective will be here. Distance from Bulla 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll these 2d6. The descend orders 4. Order arrives 2 turns later, so the actual objective marker goes on the turn status track on game turn 9. Receive orders, nothing. Emergency withdrawal, no. Shellfire, Boer shellfire segment. The guns on Colenso copies. Boer targeting 6. Comes this way on the 6 only. No. No further shellfire. British movement. Buller stays there. The HQ goes into operative mode next to him. Naval Artillery Section unlimbers at last. Fusiliers remain as they are. I won't assault Hlangwane until the Naval Artillery Section is in action. And they're mounted. They've been ordered to move here. They can't move at the moment, but what I'm going to do is dismount everybody. So all 6 regiments are dismounted. British assault segments, Boer event segments, second group released, doesn't affect us. Back to the cup. Boer movement, none. British rifle fire segment. Targeting, I'll target Hlangwane. See if I can hit because I'm disrupted. So British fire modifiers to multiple attack. So that's 4, 5, disrupted 4. He's in a hill, 3, and an emplacement, 2, 1, no. Because the most I can get is 7, unfortunately. So no attack, no fire. British recovery, yes. 2d6. The Irish Fusiliers. 4 disrupted, unchanged. The other battalion. 7. None of them recover. Rifle fire. The Boers. The Boers are going to fire. First they target. Again, this one area. Strength marker with Wackerstrom firing and Standerton in support. That's total firepower of 6. British in brush 5. Plus 3, 8. 1 SP loss. The Scots Fusiliers are reduced. See if Barton's killed? No. see if you panicked or standing firm. Standing firm. That's the spirit. Got to do morale formation check. So, Brigade morale, the Fusiliers have 1 reduced with the -1, and leaders standing firm, +2, so +1. And testing unit, nothing, so +1. Okay, good. No effect. Boer status. Go to the status chart, fire phase, confidence and loss goes up 1 for each battalion reduced. So confidence goes up 1 and loss goes up to 11. Status phase, return SP counters to cup. Move the confidence box marker 1 higher. Boer shake and check, no. And the victory segment. Move game turn marker 1 box higher. And put back the British guns ammo shortage. Orders phase. British event segment. I draw long gets moving. It doesn't affect my force, so I return it to the cup. British command point segment. I get 1 point, 1 CP, and I'll leave everything as it is though, so discard that. Send orders segment, none. Receive orders segment, none. Emergency withdrawal segment, none. Shell fire phase, starting with the Boers. Six again. Nope. Boer recovery, no. British shell fire. The naval section will fire on Hlangwane at 2 areas away. That's the target. And we do the modifiers. It's a single attack. Unfortunately, there isn't another battery supporting. So the SP of the unit is 6. Boers are in a hill, 5, and in an emplacement, 3. So 2d6 plus 3. 7 and 3, 10. They're disrupted. No losses though, so no Boer morale. British status neither. And we remove the single attack marker. Movement phase, British movement. The Fusiliers. What I'll do is I'll pull back the disrupted ones. No, I'll leave them there another turn. And mounted. They're waiting for an order. British assault, no. Boer event. I draw 4th group released, which I remove. Boer movement, nothing. British rifle fire. We're disrupted. Recovery. First to see if the leader recovers from standing firm. Yes, so that's removed. Check the first battalion to see if it recovers from disruption. Yes. And the second battalion has a -1 because it's reduced. No, remains disrupted. Boer rifle fire. They're going to fire. Only one area they can target, so single attack, multiple attack for 2. And fire, SP, -1 at least. From 5, 6, SP goes down to 5, the disrupted 4, and I'm in brush, British in brush 3, so 1 die 6 plus 3, 5, no loss, good. No British losses, remove multiple top marker. British leader, we don't test because there was no SP loss. British morale neither, Boer status nothing. Boer shaken segment, return SPs to counter. Counters to the cup. Confidence goes up 1. No Boer shaken step. Victory again goes on, game turn marker goes up 1. That concludes the turn. Orders phase, British event segment. Drift, doesn't apply. Command points, I get 1. Leave everything as it is. Discard. Send orders, no. Receive orders, yes. Under the game turn marker is the mounted objective. I roll on the British receive orders table. Dundonland C, cautious, 5, ignore order, oh wow. Objective comes back here. Planned objective marker goes. That's a problem. British emergency withdrawal, no. Shell fire, Boer shell fire. 1 in 6 chance. No. Boer recovery. Yes. They got +2 for being in an emplacement. So, Walker strong. 5 and 2, 7, no. And Standerton, +2. No. Shell fire, British. A single attack on Hlangwane. I'll try and get them suppressed rather than disrupted. Strength 6. They're in a hill 5 and an emplacement 3. With a 6 +3. 8 and 3, 11. Suppressed. Move attack marker. War status, neither. British movement segment. No. Fusiliers. I'm going to attempt an assault at Hlangwane, so I'll move them in while they're suppressed. I'm going to move these 2 battalions one area forward. And the mounted can't move. British assault segment. The Boers fire at the British. Multiple attack. So it's Whackers jump 5. Multiple attack 6. SP counter 0, 6. They're suppressed, -2, 4, same area as target, 5, and the British are on the hill, 4. 4 plus 4, 8, 1 SP loss unfortunately. So I'm going to take it, absorb the hits on the Scots Fusiliers again. With the attack marker. British leader loss? No. British morale? Yes. This is the SP loss. So the Fusilier Brigade has 1 reduced, -1. And the actual testing unit? Nothing. 2d6 -1. 3. Suppressed. War status, no effect. Now the British fire back. Multiple attack 5, suppress 3, same area as target 4, in brush 3, and then in a hill 3, and then emplacement 1. So nothing, that's bad. So now we go through to the close combat. So the Boers fire again. Terrain is ignored and entrenchments no. British fire modifiers. SP is 4, multiple attack 5, suppress 3, same area 4. The Boers are in a hill 3 and then emplacement 1. So I can't cause SP damage, unfortunately, so I don't fire. British recovery. Irish Fusiliers, they're suppressed. No modifiers. Suppressed. Go up 1 level, they go up to disrupted. And the Scots, -1. 10 -1, 9, they also go up to disrupted. Boer rifle fire, would fire back. if you notice, I mean, they're going to be using the same strength marker for the till it's removed. So still fine with a 5, multiple attack 6, suppress 3, same area 4, British in hills 3, d6 plus 3, 9. 1 SP loss. I'll take it on the Irish. Let's test formation morale with the SP loss. Brigade has 1 reduced, -1. Testing unit. Nothing. -1. Formation morale table. Disrupted. Disrupted anyway, so it stays the same. Bull shaken segment. Return SP counters to cup. Move confidence 1 box higher. Bull army shaken. Check. No. I'm starting game turn 10. Event segment, British. They draw drift again. Command points, I get 1 point, which I'll use to command the mounted brigade to try and move there again. 4 turns. 4 areas away from Buller or the lost. So I'm objective goes back here. Receive orders, nothing. Emergency withdrawal, nothing. Buller shell fire. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There are 2 areas. 2 potential areas, so we find Boer plot charts. Closest area, there's 2. Equal number in each area. I've only got 1, so I can choose, and I'll choose here actually. On the 6. No. Boer recovery. Plus 2 in emplacements. Marcus strong. No. Yes, 7. It's disrupted. And Standerton remains suppressed. With the shell fire. There's 1 disrupted, so we can try and get that one suppressed. It's a single attack from the naval section. In the hill, 5, emplacement 3, 2d6 plus 3. 9 plus 3, 12, suppressed, good. So Whacker strong becomes suppressed. Standerton already are. And no Boer morale. Single attack markers removed. British movement. No. Fusiliers. Going to pull back the Irish and the Scots. Move in with the Welsh and the Royals, the English. British assault segments. The assault at Hlangwane. The Boers will fire first. Wackelston 5, multiple attack. 6. That's one hit. So I'll take it on the Royal Fusiliers. They're half a battalion, so they get reduced immediately. No lead, you have to check formation morale. Brigade has 2 reduced now. No testing unit, nothing. -2. 3 -2. Routed. Good. Status, poor status, we check the another reduced battalion, so the confidence marker goes up. Another one. Bull events, moving on now. Ouch. 4th group released again. Incredible. War movement, none. British rifle fire. The routed can't fire, and the 2 battalions in range at the back are disrupted, so they won't be able to cause SP damage. Recovery. First routed. Keeps routing. The second one, who's reduced. I'm going to conclude the tutorial game here. As you can see, the Boers can be extremely deadly, and you really need detailed planning for any chance of success. I mean, I've showed you basically the tip of the iceberg here, because everything which has been happening on the lower front line is happening all the way down the front. So you could imagine. But it would be a good idea, for example, to play this tutorial game a couple of times to get the feel of the game. So you take it from there. Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.